think. There we go. Welcome back, NinjaTrader Live afternoon session. Hot commodities with Shy Girl. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jim?
I was a little freaked out because my little screen was blank for a minute, and I was like, "Are we live or not?" I
I,
didn't know.
I don't know. It's so confusing. We are live.
Oh man! All right, my senior moment is beyond me right now. We have some movement in the gold market. Let's start with gold today.
Okay. Well, obviously, most had predicted. Well, I predicted that, we would, because of this Moody's downgrade, we'd see a pullback in equities. The equity market has recovered that and has since pulled back a little bit, just a little bit ago. But gold has stayed pretty big. If you look at it intraday, it was pretty volatile intraday, but as a whole, even though the equity market made new high, we didn't really see gold retreat that much. We're still up about $50.
Yeah, it's a great observation. Let's start with the daily really quick on my side. We have some key moving averages and an anchored VWAP, and they're all kind of converging pretty much around that 3250 level. Right now, we're getting close to that 80 MA. You can see it's a small baby candle compared to the last three candles, but it is green a little bit. It's trying to I know it's up a lot when you think about close to open, but right now, from a body of the candle point of view, it's trying to push over that 8 EMA, which, close above that will be bullish. We have the stochastics crossing over now, right? And we're in the range. We're in the 20 to 80 range, and the stochastics we're crossing up. If we get a confirmation candle tomorrow on that, then I'm going to probably be bullish as we got this VWAP here right now as the next target up, and that's approximately 3270-ish. And I have that anchored back from the 7th of April. On the intraday chart, as I pointed out, whoa, let me fix that a little bit. Really nice volume profile. I mean, this is a really, really textbook kind of Gaussian distribution, bell-shaped curve, point of control right in the middle. Yeah, there's a couple little wonky nuances about it, but all in all, it's pretty good. That point of control is 32. 31. That call resistance perfectly framed the top of today's price action around 3250. Yeah, we have a couple wicks that closed above it, but don't get too upset about that. They were probes. They didn't close above it and stay above it. R1, forget about it. We never got up there. On the downside, we have the pivot way down here. Again, not even close. As a matter of fact, we never even traded south of the initial balance on the New York Open in gold, and that was at 32.19. Nice wick, kind of buyer's wick at that very last candle, just pushed us back up. These are 30-minute candles. So Tracy, let's kind of pivot over to platinum. It's up 1.5% so far.
I like platinum because, once again, I'm going to have to get you my weekly chart, Jim, because every time we talk about this, I still haven't showed you my weekly chart. But we're at that level again. We're right at that, a little over $1,000. That's going to be, that's still a very important level to get over. We're still trading within this kind of weekly bull flag, but, it keeps getting knocked down in this area. And so I want to see if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks is the try this week.
Yeah, I mean, I just pulled up my weekly. It's kind of naked actually. There's not a lot of stuff on it, but I just put that roughly. I missed it by 30 cents, but I put that $1,000 line up there while you're talking, and we have not had a body of a candle close above there. Today might be the first. This week might be the first week in several weeks, as you pointed out. To close above there. So that could also be bullish. The committed traders didn't really change much. So there wasn't anything to note with respect to the commercials or
Yeah.
the large specs. The daily chart, kind of a nice. I don't know if this is a nice triangle, a nice trend line. I'm going to say it's a nice trend line. I'm happy with it, and it's kind of frames this whole rally and then this sideways action that we saw here. Moving average, the 8 is starting to separate from the 21. Again, that's bullish. And then we have another one of these crosses here, right at that stochastics. Another cross still in the center of the field right there. Again, that's pretty bullish too. This area resistance, yeah, if we close in it or above it within the, today or tomorrow, then I'm going to be looking at these targets way up here, and that's 1028, give or take a couple ticks. So yeah, we're at a
And
rolling environment.
I just wanted to mention on the fundamental side really quickly because I didn't get go into that though. Global platinum supply is still projected to decrease by 4% and put us in another deficit. Mined output fell by 13% this year because of disruptions in South Africa, and we're starting to see investor demand surge for platinum as we have seen not in the gold market. We've seen this in the silver market, and now we're seeing investor demand and not just industrial demand. That surged 28% in the first quarter of 2025, and those numbers just came out. So interesting.
So if I could ask you this, if have we been in a deficit situation before in this market, and if so, how long do they tend to last?
Well, it depends on what mining you have in the pipeline, because it takes so long to get these mines up. It's 8 to 10 years till you're actually producing between all the permits and all the regulations and things. I mean, maybe a little faster in in Africa because you can kind of pay off the politicians there a little bit easier, but still, these projects take a long time to come to fruition, and we have been, we have been in a deficit before, and prices have spiked much higher. So I know tariffs are also a worry for this market, but that said, what we are seeing is it was a few years ago that palladium prices were so high that car makers retooled for platinum that was like 1/3 of the price at the time for catalytic converters. And that takes a lot of money and time. So we still have those those car makers are still using platinum. So even though tariffs are a little bit worried, they're still choosing platinum over palladium because of that switchover that they did a few years ago.
Got it. Thank you. That makes sense. Let's shoot over to a different asset class. Let's talk about the Bitcoin. I have a flying duck pattern on my screen right now.
Flying duck. Well, apparently, so what happened in the overnight? We had a giant short squeeze. We had a $2,500 move up to like 107, and then we fell to 102. And that sudden move actually wiped out 460 million long positions in derivative and 220 million in short positions in derivatives. And that was across Ether and Bitcoin and Solana. So both sides of the table kind of got wiped on that, and that's partially the reason that it spiked on a short squeeze, pulled back also rather quickly, and most of that had to do with positioning, and traders just couldn't get out of their positions.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on with this last wick. I mean, we have a small body, a little bit green, big wick on the top, symmetrical wick on the bottom, right? So there's equilibrium there. We're settling close to the middle here. We have a target wick that we have not closed above yet, but we took out today, and that's approximately 106, 335. We do have a loosely fitting bill of the duck, if you want to call it a triangle. We did break out a little bit, but we need some continuation buying because even if we close here today, we've closed at the same price on the 13th. So I'd like to see a little bit more effort on the upside, although the moving averages are behaving nicely. And just to kind of look at the intraday, I have lines all over the place, a lot of gamma lines, a lot of pivot lines. And after the U.S. Open, way after the London Open, we had this R2 pivot held perfectly as resistance, 105.725. And that looks like we never made it even to Jax 2 on the upside right there. And we're pretty close to the point of control. So we might be done for today. Who knows? Real quickly, though, I know we're going to go into overtime a little bit. We got to talk about Nat Gas because Nat Gas was a mover today. What is going on with Nat Gas?
Made a move. And the story's just not that exciting, unfortunately. But we had a lot of production in the lower 48 last week. Those numbers came in, obviously, on Friday or Monday morning, actually. Those numbers came in. So we had a lot of production between all of the basins. And we had the weather forecast kind of shifted to a little bit cooler for the southern part of the U.S. for May 29th to June 2nd. That's where everybody's kind of watching. And so we're not going to, usually when you have a lot of heat, you have more demand for cooling and more consumption of natural gas. So really that story is just we produced a lot and the weather's not going to be as hot as they thought that it was going to be. That said, we are at getting to a very viable level, in my opinion. And so I am looking to buy August calls a little bit lower here.
Wow. Okay. All right. I like it. I mean, on daily chart, we have this base that's formed back here in April 22nd, technically speaking, around that $3 mark, just a little couple ticks above it. Nobody in the bottom of this candle here, and again, suggests tomorrow there might be continuation selling I don't know, there's a name for this kind of candle, but there is no wick at the bottom of that candle right now. Moving averages are all crossing down, even below the VWAP, and the stochastics are falling out of bed. So I expect maybe a little bit more follow through before the dust settles here on the nat gas market. In any event, that is your hot commodities report. Tracy, thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the chat.
All right, all right. Bring on the order flow labs, guys. We have Nick for a tick and XYZ. Nick, great job Sunday night, man. That was awesome. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I do want to congratulate XYZ on the first place Dodgers because he's going to become a fan. I'm going to beat on him until he can't take it anymore.
Huge Dodgers fan he is.
I
There we
celebrated.
go.
I got Panda Express on Thursday when they won on Wednesday.
There you go. And we're going to talk about the live challenge a little bit. Remember, we have that live challenge. The Arena Challenge is called. That's tomorrow. It's a 1-day challenge. We'll cut and paste the link into the chat. This challenge is for NinjaTrader Live people, right? This is for us. We're not broadcasting this all over the universe. I was talked into participating. I know Stowe is going to participate. I think Leo might. Leo threw a gauntlet challenge at me. So anybody who wants to in this chat, just pop in there, sign up. It's in a sim account. It's easy to set up. And it's one day of trading, and we'll have leaderboards. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about all the positions we have on and why we did it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is your opportunity to compete against Jim and Stowe. 1-day challenge. This should be a lot of fun. XY, are you gonna do it?
I don't know. It sounds like I'm gonna have to trade even more, which I'm not too big of a fan of. So we'll see. Are you guys all doing it?
I'm probably not. Tuesday tends to be a little lighter day since I'm not doing the show, but I'd love to obviously hang out. I want to see how things kind of shake out with that leaderboard, how everyone's trading throughout the session. I don't need another excuse to sit at my desk all day every day sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Take
kind of the
trades. That's
bottleneck for
always a
me.
problem that I have when I'm here too long. So, but yeah, if you haven't already, there's 234 participants so far, and there are over 300 of you watching this live stream. So plenty of opportunities to still register. Have a little fun with us tomorrow. While you're tuning in all morning and coming back to trade the close with the OrderFlow Labs crew, but we'll have updates throughout the day, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and by the way, if you can't beat me in the audience, not you guys that are participating, if you can't beat me with all the stuff I got going on, then you got to spend more time watching Nick for a Tick and XYZ, and you will get there. I promise you. So in any event,
I mean,
guys, Yeah.
Leo just coming out of the woodwork to call us soft and scared and not ready to beat him in this challenge apparently. So maybe we will. Maybe I'll just be one and done in the morning and just know he's gonna probably overtrade and slowly drift himself back to zero. So if I beat Leo, I would say that's a win in itself.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, Leo threw out because me and Stoa have a bet going on, right? So Leo's like, what if I beat both you guys? And I was like, well, could we combine our P&L? Is that count? Or what is this is this a tag team? What are you talking here? So I don't know. He hasn't responded yet.
I wonder if I could just sign up for the challenge, not take a single trade, and still be with a $0 P&L, be ahead of him on the leaderboard.
No, no, he's gonna do fine. In any
I think
event,
he's gonna do great.
all right, any of you guys got a trade going on right now?
I'm long, yeah, from the IB.
The IB high.
Yep. I don't feel like it's really resolved up there. It's not a really clean taper or anything like that. So um IB, they just, I would always say when it stops going down, I'll probably look for long, and didn't look like they really were trying to anymore. They kept tapering into it. So I got two off. I'm still holding on to three. Hold on, I don't even think I'm screen sharing. Hold on.
Yeah, we'll get your screen
I
in
see
here.
it. Yep, you are. I got your chart. I got your. Oh, I have someone's chart. No, I have. That might be
That's
Nick's chart.
mine. We got mine
Yeah.
currently.
Okay.
All right, there we go. All right, you guys. Well, listen, I'm gonna back out. Good luck today, and I'll be taking notes.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah. So got long. To me, the IB has to hold if they want higher. And I'm already looking at that taper up here. It's not the best. I think it could use some work. It's just, hey, when is the market gonna stop going down to try to nab along? You can even just see through the candles and through this tape reader, they did kind of start letting off the gas on the sell side. If you look at a footprint or a DOM, you can see that it's just taper underneath, these 55s. They kept tapering. So I took two off right here. If you look at the leg to leg delta, I don't know if you guys can see it. A lot of sell coming in to break this. This is the first time back, so you definitely want to cover some into it. You guys know I have trust issues with this market. Um, so expecting this pullback and hoping that it holds, because if they can hold this pullback, I feel really good about higher prices. But if not, this could be just that, first attempt back into this consolidation into a breakdown of price and to continue. So I want to hold on to these last three, um, debating a break even stop, because if it does come back, I'm not sure if it'll hold this time, but we'll see when we get there. So for now, I was in five, got two off. So we'll see how it goes. That's pretty much what I'm looking at. I don't like this candle here. It closed pretty weak after sweeping outside, and we've got just all buying since. So I'm not sure if they're going to really look to retrace all this through. We do have a big magnetic force here. This is a big node that built for most of the day. Finally got out of it, and then we lost volume, lost volume again. So can go either way from here, but I like I like the long. We'll see how long I like it for. You got anything going on, Nick?
No, I was eyeballing the same spot, same trade, kind of the IB high off ES, around the 59.65s. Just didn't quite pull the trigger, and but yeah, same type of, I would say, taper near those highs that made me a little concerned to want to short this up around the 59.80s to catch this move back to IB high. I think I was talking to you in the green room. I was
Mhm.
wanting to take that, and just I've just been spooked out of that so many times. When you're trying to call top, it's just never the most winning strategy in a day like today. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
really like no.
I caught that initial short off Friday's value area high at 470s on NQ, and kind of just rode that down for a quick short. And I missed the entire morning action. So kind of been just like scalping my way to a small positive day. Nothing crazy, but it's been a decent trade.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I was scalping in the morning, because turns out I was on the wrong side the whole time. I got shorts um trying to eye a pullback, which yeah, we got. I didn't hold. I probably held through half of this move here. So IB got put in um, at the IB high. A lot of my, we'll call it tracking for now. When an IB high gets put in, it's not likely to really extend then and there. So when it gets close to 7:30 my time and we're kind of fading away from either direction of the IB, I'm going to look for a bit of a reversion. We'll see where we're at, right? So at the time, market was due for a pullback. I just waited for some weakness first, and then when it got continuation, which you can see down here, got in the short. I covered like probably just under this swing. Didn't really want to hold it too long because I wanted longs. Got the longs. I had ideas of new high for these longs, didn't get there. So eventually I scaled out everything. I held one. So the theme will be I held one. I held one, um, hoping, we won't revisit overnight high. We come up, go back, we come up again. And as we failed it the second time, I just trailed it to overnight high. We took out the last one. And then I actually got short because I'm like, okay, well, if they're going to put in a lower high here, they might break this swing. So this is when it all started. I got short and I covered. I wanted the break of this. It got so close, came back, took me break even. Well, that sucks. And it was like a top tick break even. Whatever. So I got back in. I wanted a break. Didn't break. Held one, right? Got my two off every time. Held one. Came back again. And this time I just called it quits because I was like, okay, well, if they're going to extend past overnight high now, this is 1, 2, 3 attempts. It's probably not going to happen. And that was my morning. So regretfully, not covering the last one, which was always like 20, 25 points running. Um, two of those, about $1,000. Regretfully did not cover those, but I had a plan for lower to VWAP or something. So a little bit frustrating there, but glad that we didn't take any losses, just didn't really get the move. But in the end, find out that come back to the charts later, I was like, oh, I'm on the wrong side. So I'm just glad that these are scalps. And although I couldn't get the last one to cover um, for profits, then it's okay. So get back to the charts. To my surprise, we are much higher. Seeing three attempts at the highs, kind of like this. One weaker, lower, and slower. If they can't ever breach the high, it's gonna pull back at some point, and this was it. And I'm just kind of waiting to see when it stops, right? Stops going lower. Finally, they get a bid, they pop it up a little higher and see what happens when they come back. They're still tapering. Every time they come back, the order flow is tapering under here. So it's worth a stab. But honestly, the morning, I mean, for me, it's like, he didn't miss too much because we're just trying to get the show. I think Stowe was long. Leo, I think he was also trying to grab these shorts to go through, and it just didn't work out, man. But
Yeah,
that was my
that
morning.
choppy mess up there shortly after kind of the IB period set. I'm thankful I didn't get back to my desk at basically until the Euro close. It's just was that exact thing. I just probably would have gotten frustrated, probably overtraded in that little consolidation that we were sitting in. So thankful that I only took like one decent trade today and pretty much have just been sitting on my hands.
Yeah, it's a little grindy now. What's up, Stowe?
I just need to get better about not just watching NQ rip 200 points and me just like deer in headlights watching it the entire time. Like just press the green button and close your eyes.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do these days, because man, it's with the whole, anytime the market can do something tariff related or something, it's hard to really wait for something perfect anymore.
Yeah.
Um, you
I
kind of
mean,
just
we just
I try to get greedy with the entry, like as close to where I would want to stop out as possible, and just hope that the market blesses me. Honestly, that's what's going on here. And thankfully they held this pullback, which, hey, you know what? This is what we needed. Anticipated that they would and hoped that they held. For now, they're holding. So we'll see. I'm trying to see let's just take a hit
so
from
if I had the Pirates hat on, we'd make a new high. It is it's still on my desk from Thursday. So I got you, buddy. It's still right here. If we can break out from a previous day high, I'll put it back on for you. So we need NQ over What is that, 512?
Leo said Nick and XY scared. Yeah, he right though. He right though. I am scared. But I do think that Jim is like that guy at the pool hall that hustles you,
Oh yeah,
pretends
I
like
think
he
he's
can't play.
hustling everybody
Oh yeah,
in
he
the
pretends
chat
like he
that
can't
he's not
play,
a
and
great
then
trader.
bam, all over the leaderboard.
He's like, you guys would do better than me. No, I think he behind the scenes is about to put up some god tier numbers out of nowhere. Just take us all to school.
Yeah, I was on earlier when Stowe, Jim, and then Leo came in, started making bets with each other.
I missed it. We had a pediatrician appointment for the little one this morning, so got to miss all the fun.
Daddy duties.
Oh, let's see if we can grind this up.
Volume is still building higher, so I feel good about it. Let's see if they tape is pretty positive now. Yeah, I just wanted them to hold that pullback. That was it right there. They had to hold that. It had to be done. They did it, so happy with the hold. See how they do in this low volume area now. Just gonna keep an eye on the volume. Other
Is
time
that a
frame
scale
here.
out or are you flattening up there?
Oh no, that's a scale. I'm gonna try to cover one more. I do want to get an at least hold one for a new high day. I don't really believe in that taper up there. They need a little bit more. It was a
Yeah, it's the same. That's the same kind of reason I was just like getting anxious to not short it. Just kind of wanted that final push up. I don't know, maybe to like 550 or something and change, and
yeah.
just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they didn't even sweep it much at all. They just after three attempts, yeah, and each one is probing lower. Gonna have to find some real buyers. What's up, Buff Boy? Just came across this channel. Yeah, we do Mondays to Thursday trade the close. It's the last 90 minutes of RTH, so stop by, hang out, fade us, talk some trash in the chat. We're here for all of it. So they're pulling it back again. I need a good strong hold, or probably gonna cover another one.
Yeah, kind of a weird spot with Friday's close and last week's high. Everything kind of sitting up here.
Right. Yeah, they finally swept out the range and immediate pullback, but we'll see if this give it like another 20 seconds or so. They can't really get it going. I'm gonna cover another one.
Can't believe we're almost already back to 6,000 on the S&Ps.
Yeah, we're back in that range, right? I don't know
Yeah.
about ES, but for NQ, we're back in that main range before it all went bad.
Mm-hmm.
Resistance zone. Yeah. Um, Kenny, I would expect it to be because this is the last build of volume where the market attempted higher before it kind of lost all the effort. So coming back into the 512s, I would certainly expect a pullback. Um, Not to say that that's going to be where they, break structure and start going lower, but I would expect something. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of looking to cover another one, so I don't round trip anything. I hate round tripping stuff. Um, this hold is good so far. They did try to put an offer, but they couldn't really build any volume any lower. So the I take that as interest still higher, which is fine by me. So
So I got round tripped on my runner around like 11 a.m. It was one of those where it's like I saw the tape change and I knew probably what was about to happen, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep this here. I'm just gonna let it all play out. And I, for some reason, it's like that what I'm seeing kind of completely changed and validated to still be short at that time. Yet I'm still letting it come all the way back and actually hit my stop, which was
you talking
absolutely unbelievable.
11 Eastern
No, it'd been like Central Time. It was
Central. So was that like 9 o'clock?
so like the that first attempt off Friday's value area high at 472, and then we came down all the way to like 415,
Hmm.
and then it just kind of slowly was drifting upwards. Like we bounced off of that. I just kind of you're seeing what's probably about to happen, and then eventually it came back, and we had that next leg up type move.
Yeah,
So
the swing low just before that about what? So 10:30 your time. That was kind of like the nail in the coffin for the shorts, it looks like.
Yep.
They couldn't get any
I-
lower, high, low, and then all right, well,
and that's just one of those where it's just like, just hit flatten, just flatten where it's
I'm
at. It
just
changed.
I'm
Just
so
get out.
glad my charts were off by then. I was trying to just get that short going.
I mean, it was still a good trade. It's just like very poor management on my part for a runner, like just to let it come all the way back for no reason.
Hmm. Yeah, Stowe, that's a good point. I think we need more likes to get this thing pumping.
There's 450 people in here, and we have only 58 likes.
Why don't they like us, man?
Each
I pump
like
those numbers
is
up.
a
Those are
tick
rookie
Why
numbers.
don't they like us?
for a new
Oh,
high.
it's gonna, maybe I can cover one right here.
See, it's working.
See if I can get this covered. That should be good. Go down to one. Let's see where I'm gonna do that one. Probably here. We've got some strong delta. Okay, or they can do that. That's fine too. Yeah. More likes will probably help me be able to cover this. How you feeling? You watching this long go by?
Yeah. Wish I was long enough. I mean, sometimes it's just like it can be that simple where you get a retracement back to the IB high, and it's just get long with the longer time frame trend of the session.
Right.
It gives you that gift, the chance to get back in.
So far, they're not really looking to give me a cover, so hope they hold another one. We're getting a lot of build up here, so there is a bid that's passively sitting in these 91s, 92s. Hope they hold. The offer is coming in.
Hmm.
I don't like that they've swept quite a bit of range with this offer here. It's a quick one.
And we went right back to settlement and rejected. Hmm.
Oh yeah. All right.
I love XYZ and Nick, but I've noticed that the like momentum is extra bullish when Stowe is on stream. I don't disagree.
Everyone loves Stowe though. I mean, what's not to like, right? Everyone wants to achieve Stowe status. That is correct. My runner got stopped, so I logged out immediately. Yeah, rogue shots. That was me in the morning. As soon as like the third time, they just taking out my runner, right? I was like, you know what? I'm over this. Don't want to sit here and risk giving back anything. You know what's already a good day. Basically, the situation was okay, it's already a good day. It could be a really, really great day, P&L wise, if they had cracked the lows, but they didn't. So it'd be like that sometimes. Like right now, where they got within 3 points, less than 3 points of me covering this third lot and just slapping me in the face. It'd be like that. Yeah, Sai, you got it right on the money. Yeah, and he's fully transparent. I mean, he's doing this whole thing where he's documenting his trades, showing his data with his NT Live performance, and I mean, where else are you gonna find that really? You know what? I think that last 1 hour candle closed pretty decent,
I
pretty
didn't
good.
really tell, period.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get moving here. Looks a little bit weaker though. So I'm watching this now. We start pulling lower from here. I'm gonna start taking more off the table. Don't want to give up too much profits from here for sure. And you can always get back in with more size later. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. If you look at the leg to leg, there is still passive bid holding price. You can see the buildup of negative delta, but I don't want to see them getting continuation, which looks like it's getting really close. Tape is still pretty negative. Yeah, if they crack the 80s, I'm gonna cover more. At least one, maybe just one. We'll see. We'll see how scary it looks. Basically, this zone is very important here. These prices where you see the red leg to leg delta, keeping a close eye on it.
Why do I feel like every time you and I come on stream together, it's like nothing ever happens and then something happens. Like it's like nothing, 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 nothing for an hour plus, and then suddenly there's the move.
I think it ramps up as the likes start coming in, you know?
Yeah.
It's very uncanny.
I mean, they literally waited, I think last Wednesday for MOC to do anything.
Oh yeah.
And then we ripped like 15 points on you for no
That
reason.
long.
That
What
was a great
long?
long, but I didn't think it would take to MOC to even get the legs to start it.
Yeah, lately power hour hasn't really been power hour. It's more like what can we do in this range hour? Now they're just like really consolidating here.
Hmm.
That pop didn't really get too much.
Can't really hold price above Friday's close.
Yeah. I'm covering another one in there. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go down to one. It seems weaker than I'd like. I'm gonna go down to one, keep this at break even stop, and see if we can get that high day, new high day. Hands off now. So covered 4 out of 5. And let's just say we're playing with house money from here. Unless they climb it lower or they pull it lower and you see another opportunity to tack some size back on. But trust issues with the market. So we'll sit on one for now. Got so close to covering higher too until it just fell back. PDC rejection. Yeah. Yeah, they did come up into this area. So the threat now is okay, they did leave this volume behind. They just came back to test it. And yeah, they're not getting back into it. So this is a rejection. And if they do reject this, this thing's got that's got potential, real potential to go pretty low. I don't think these swing lows are out of the question here in the 380s. So I'm gonna take my money off the table like I've been doing all morning
It was 380
in
is what
case
I
I'm
was
on the
looking
wrong side.
for earlier. Uh-oh.
What indicator is this on the chart? Motivation healing. Which one are you talking about? The one by the volume profile right here, or the bottom of the screen? So anyways, the bottom of the screen is called a tape reader. That is available for free, OFL free subscription. The one on the side is a leg to leg delta profile. So it's kind of like a volume profile, but it's tracking delta on a leg to leg basis. You can set how often you want it to refresh. For me, right now it's a 70-point rotation. So 70 points rotating either way will reset this profile. So I hope you are here for that. So the 5-minute isn't looking the best right now. So it could be probing lower here. This could be that attempt at the prior distribution. And the market is rejecting it, which definitely does not mean higher prices right now. So that's going to be rejected. They got to go test downside again. We'll see how far they can take it. Stop is break even. If they do trade these again, I want to just take a step back and check it out first. Profile setting is at 10 ticks per row. My current is, let's see. I think it's either 8 or 12. Take a look. 12. 12 ticks. Yeah, so as range expanded, I used to do 8. I think the default is 8. But as range expanded, I switched it over. So right now, price still looking pretty weak. Order flow is still pretty negative. Really trying to get this thing lower. So I'm checking it out now. The order flow, if it still remains pretty offer, I might cover this rest for a few hundred. But yeah, this is looking interesting now. So there is a bid that's trying to come in. Not sure they'll be rewarded. Still pretty offer on this on the order flow, so I might peel off if I don't see a bid getting rewarded really soon. I don't think they will. Yeah, they're not. So I'm getting flat there. No more break-even runners today.
I just try to short.
You're short? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's not a bad time to try a short here. So
Or 72s.
my trade's over with.
We'll see if we can rotate back towards IB. If not, break it. Fall into this little zone here.
North says looks like we're accepting back into value. Yep, we certainly are. That failure up there definitely kind of activates that whole idea. Coming up to that main node, the high node, failing that, getting back into value and just not climbing out of value anymore, actually inching lower and into it, right? Yeah, that's why I covered the rest of my position. Very happy I did. I mean, I'm happy with the trade. We got good profits for that. So right now, just gonna hope that Nick makes money on the downside. Maybe we'll finally get that trade below the 380s. We'll
Nice
see
little liquidation to end the session.
Yeah. It's not the best excess at the highs on a volume profile, but I mean, if the offer is gonna keep stepping down on price like that, what can you do?
I just think this 6,000 area on the S&P is gonna be tough to crack, and who knows? It could take some real buying come in, but just on the longer time frame and looking at the bottom of that old range, even on NQ, like the same area going back to end of last year into January and February, like it probably is going to take a little effort from buyers to really push us back into that range.
Yeah, I think the weakness is on the buyers right now because I mean they first attempt back at the IB high since that break and build. They got the bounce, unsurprisingly, but lower high, right? Where it mattered most, which was the prior consolidation. The market's not going back in there. And if the market's not going to go back in there, Yeah, you might have some real legs on this short.
Let's see.
Let's hope so. Unplugging my mouse is the new my new sitting on my hands. Yeah, that's not even good enough for me. I gotta turn the whole thing off. Like when I'm
Yeah,
when I'm
I literally have
happy,
to
I gotta
hit
turn it
shut
off.
down on my PC,
Yeah.
like turn the monitors off and leave the room, which is also a problem because this is my office and I do obviously I work from home and I have a baby and a stay-at-home wife. So it's like I need a place and this happens to be the only spot, unfortunately. So at least if I shut off my PC, I'm less tempted. But we're getting that roll. Let's see if we can rotate back on ES down towards the IB high, at least at 65, where I'm going to cover one of these two.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope for it. Nice short, man. Yeah, that thing started pretty much rolling over there. It's getting weak.
It's
It's a
also a
nice
trade
short.
I'm trying to get better at, which is like you're seeing the momentum kind of come in. You don't have necessarily like the greatest of like the top tick entry of when it actually happened, but you're kind of just continuing to go with the momentum of it.
Yeah, my trading improved drastically when I stopped caring about top tick, bottom tick entries.
Yep.
That fancy stuff is it's never gonna really give real consistency in any kind of process.
Yeah, I got lucky catching one earlier today, but it was just a good
Yeah.
entry and a good cover of the bulk of the position and then letting the runner come all the way back, which was stupid. But
Yeah, any top tick, bottom tick entry I'll ever get, I promise you, it's luck. The market gifted it to me.
yeah, it's like when you do that and it just like immediately moves in your favor, 20 points on NQ. It's like that's luck. You just happen to
Yeah.
time
It's
it
always
absolutely perfectly.
I didn't top tick it. The market deemed it to be a top tick. That's the reality. I joined the short with you at 71 ESO. You've got
If we can't break this or at least go back and retest the IB high, I will probably exit. There's still plenty of time though. And buyers, I think, had a lot of opportunity to go drift back up towards that high or at least push it back above 59.80s. And like we were saying, we couldn't seem to hold Friday's settlement in NQ or ES.
yeah. Yeah, this is a big one right here. They are still soaking all the bid trades. So if they can get rid of if they can really poke it lower here, that is some proof that the selling is for real. Because there's a lot of passive bid that's just sitting here right now. And if they can fill all that bid, yeah, we've got now more sellers than buyers. And I think if we can start trading and building below IB, yeah, why not the 380s on NQ? Why not POC on ES?
I mean, I'm holding a runner. I would not be shocked if we lose the IB high that we would obviously rotate toward 57s, 55s. Last week's value area high makes a lot of sense. And it's kind of the center of that consolidation forum this morning, obviously with the point of control being there too. So it makes sense. But I'm not going to get too greedy and try to hold this for all of this position for the entire move.
Trust issues.
Yeah, you have been punished at any time if you're not like I would say honestly, if you're not hyper scalpy with your shorts the way you've probably seen me or XY and other people trading the close, like if you've seen us do that at times, like getting in and out of these, you're probably in a world of hurt trying to short this for the last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
We just haven't
Yeah,
had those extended moves. You've had those end of day liquidations randomly, but how lucky is that
that's a
sometimes
thing
at the
though.
right
Yeah, it's just
time?
random. I've just
Like we thought we were going to get one last week, and MOC decided to go the other complete opposite direction and pay me instead of you. Just the
yeah,
way
I'm
it
just
is.
glad I got I covered already before that. Yeah, would not have been cool.
But
Yeah,
I'm keeping this stop tight too. So if we start to build back above previous day close at 76 is like that's a pretty tight stop on ES 4 points. So
they're moving it.
I
The
think
the
it's going to
offer
go.
is still coming in. It's still building lower. Let's get it done. Yeah, I've still just remained in scout mode for weeks now because every day I find myself glad that I took the profits rather than just trying to like if I sat on those three lots now, this would be a terrible feeling, right?
I mean, you and I have talked about it offline too. It's just like
Yeah.
I'm a better trader when I'm trading like that and not getting greedy and just
Yeah.
kind of taking, those 20 points, 30 points on NQ and kind of calling it a session, honestly. Like
Will a
that's the
thumb
dream if
down?
you're a full-time trader is to catch one decent trade and be done in, let's say, 20 minutes and go do
Yeah.
better things.
That's the dream. Honestly, like it's not the P&L. The dream is, hey, look, it's a quick day and then you can do whatever you want. The rest follows. Volume profiler says, "Will a thumb down make it price go lower? A thumb down will get us fired from NT Live. So please don't do that. Jim won't let us outside to
Yeah,
see the sun
Jim doesn't
anymore.
let us leave if we don't get over 200 likes.
Yeah, Jim's gonna lock us up and not
He
see
he's
us.
gonna keep us on air and we're gonna cover Globex Open at 5. If you guys do not hit the like button, get us to 200. He's not gonna let us leave.
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but Jim is in the back room staring at us. Very, very threatening right now. They're getting close.
I just want that final pushdown. Come on.
Oh, you're right. You're on the other side. Oh, you're right in the middle of the little volume area.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm pulling teeth to get 5 points on ES right now.
I mean, who doesn't pull teeth to get 5 out of ES?
Some days it feels like that. Some days it just happens and I feel good.
5 out of ES feels
It's like getting
very hard.
20 on NQ. It's like a quick scalp.
Well, what would you say is
You
the
can
equivalent of 5 ES on NQ right now? Like 20?
uh 5 on ES, yeah, probably about 20 points. Maybe 15 for
Hmm.
gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's always like NQ's done the thing that you thought it would do, and then ES is still working on it. And then
Yeah.
NQ does it again, and ES is still working on it.
Yeah, that's how my short felt in NQ earlier today. Like NQ had almost done the whole move. ES had moved like 4 points. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thank God I took it on NQ. But I don't love these buyers stepping in right now.
Yeah, they're stepping in. They still like this. Still like the
Fatherhood
idea.
preps you for ES. Yes, it has taught me the importance of patience.
ES will hit your price target when your kid goes to college.
That's why all the kids trade NQ though, right there.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's also like everyone's attention span is kind of
Yep.
suffering, as each generation goes by. So yeah, that's what NQ is. It's
I need my 20 points right now, and I don't even have 30 seconds to wait for it.
yeah, it's like JG Wentworth. I want it and I want it now.
Yeah.
Those are my points and I want it now. There is a lot of positive delta flying in.
I mean, if we stop me out, I would assume we might make a new high, but
If they can drag price down from here, there would be a lot of offsides, offer lift.
yep.
JG Wentworth, Alex, you've never heard of JG Wentworth,
That's a Southern California thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if most people do. I feel like that's a local commercial.
Yeah, the commercial. Everyone just goes, "It's my money and I want it now."
No, okay. Stowe says you do, so maybe I'm crazy there. Okay,
You just
so I
gotta
was
be old
wrong. That's
enough.
not one of the local commercials. Why? I guess always thought it was when I was a younger person
Heard
living
it
in
way too many
California.
times in Florida. I have a structured settlement.
Okay, clearly that guy went mainstream and is on the national airwaves.
Oh yeah, 877 cash now. Banger.
Yep, that's it. Okay, so the chat note knew what you were talking about. At least
The
we're
chat knows JG Wentworth. It came after Maury. Yeah, just every time you cut the commercial. Then you had like ITT Tech. I don't know if you guys had that. It's like a like a community college. Well, I guess you had to pay for it. The ITT Tech commercials where the guy's like, "What are you doing sitting at home doing nothing, watching TV? You better get up and apply and this and this." Okay, well, a lot of positive delta flooded in, and we're trading below it. So
We're back.
hopefully,
Let's see.
that was the last attempt at
And
holding the IB.
yeah, I was like, NQ is just stuck at the IB high. ES has got 4 points to flush.
They closed it really weak on the 5 minute. I think you're good, man.
Yeah, that 5 minute candle
If
looks.
not, call JG Wentworth 877 cash
Yeah, I
now.
need my cash now.
I need these are my points, and I need it now.
There we go. Let's break it.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the situations I wish I took this in in other accounts too. I like this trade.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But I'm locking the rest up. Had a good day.
Yeah, in case anyone or people here in chat don't know, most of us on the I think all of us actually on the trade the close, the OFL crew, our work is done pretty early, and then we're not really spending a whole trading day on the charts. But for you guys, we come back.
Come on.
Still waiting for that cover, huh?
I mean, I'd like to get the one off and then just let the runner ride.
Right.
Hopefully
Yeah,
not let it
definitely
come all the way back to break even like this morning.
this thing's this thing can go.
Volume profiler. Yes, the chat means the world to us. That's why we still do this. Also, it's just a lot of fun. It's at the time of the day that I'm the most comfortable trading, so it has allowed me, like, I usually still watch the charts if I'm at my desk, but taking opportunities and talking through setups and things in the afternoon, I do think it does make you a more well-rounded trader, because this is just not the time of day that I'm usually putting a ton of capital at risk. So good to just watch it, talk through trades, and have a little fun too. I think that's always what people have enjoyed about the afternoon stream, is it's just like we're hanging out with our friends and talking trades and just having a little fun.
Yeah, it really is like that for us. It's kind of like we're hanging out. So make money with friends, lose money with friends. Excellent best trader in
All right.
OFL.
So one off
Not likely.
there at the IB high for ES. So we broke that. Let's see if we can just rotate this down toward 57s.
Yeah, that attempt when they really tried to buy it that one last time and then closed below it.
That one scared me this time. Not quite prepared.
Sweet. 380s, 370s, 370s on NQ. Let's see it. We're almost an hour in already. Time flies. Time flies when you're on the right side of the market.
It really does. When you're just watching it slowly drift upwards against your short position, it's like the longest stop out ever. Feels like the trade just takes 30 minutes and then still stops you out.
Maybe they'll finally do it. Come on.
If that was it, I'm gonna feel very underwhelmed.
No, no way. They have to avenge my morning thesis.
No, they're not gonna. I really hope they don't make me wait for MOC once again. I did on Wednesday and I didn't
Well,
appreciate it.
NQ probably won't, but ES might.
Yeah.
It's like
Let's go
NQ's
touch
always
the
got to
RTH.
yank
Would this
ES
be the
by the
first?
collar.
Yeah, this is basically potentially the first touch of the RTH VWAP at 427s, 430s area. If we actually do the first touch of it since like the first 5 minutes.
POC touch. Yeah, NQ's at POC. ES has got a little more work to
Yeah,
do.
still a little above it.
Why not?
Trump said it's a good time to buy again. I hope not. I'm gonna get run over.
With some slippage.
Nothing will top that day. That was just fun to watch. And then beyond the afternoon with Stowe, and Stowe's longing as we're like 10% up on the day. And he's winning. He's still getting 100 points out of it. That was like just good TV.
Only Stowe can do that, man.
Exactly. That was such a fun day though, to be on stream and just sit there and enjoy it with popcorn.
I think it's always honestly, every time Stowe's on, it's always a popcorn kind of stream, man.
100%.
He's easily the most entertaining. That's why they got him working all these shifts now.
I know.
They are working him.
We got 550 people in here and only 195 likes. I told you they're not going to let us leave if we don't get over 200. So if you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe, support the stream. We really appreciate it.
How many are we at right now?
Just under 200. They want us to stay. They want us to stay in the
Guys,
hole.
if you don't give us at least 200, Jim won't let us
All right.
out. I'm telling you.
We're over it. We're over 200. We're good.
We're
We
hungry,
can leave.
chat.
We get to go home.
I forgot what the sun looks like, chat.
I haven't seen the sun in a few days. We're in the center of tornado season here in North Texas and Oklahoma and stuff. It's just been terrible weather the last few days.
Snow is a national treasure we didn't know we needed. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad this whole anti-life thing became a thing, and now the world gets to experience Stowe the way we experience Stowe. A gift.
Yeah, and our lovely moderators in the chat just dropped the link to the one-day arena challenge again that will kick off tomorrow. You guys can register. I know a lot of you probably missed the quick call out earlier in the stream. So if you have not registered, please do click that link. It's a one-day challenge in a simulated environment here on NinjaTrader, and you can compete against So and the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jim. So if you we will have updates throughout all of tomorrow's streams too, so feel free to join. There are prizes for the top 10, so it will be a lot of fun to hang out and see how that shakes out tomorrow afternoon.
I've seen this movie before, man. I already know what's gonna happen. This first go of the arena, Jim's gonna be like dead last, and then the next one he's gonna be like, how about we just ante up, $5 a person in the pot, and then he just like wipes the floor with everybody.
Yeah,
He's a
and Jim's
bull
gonna
hall
come
hustler.
in like
Oh,
trading palladium or something and just like wipe the floor with everybody. Something he's watching and nobody else is.
he's gonna go with the palladium, lean hogs, and soybeans combo.
Oh yeah, the pairs trade you didn't know you needed.
They're trying to
We're
shake you
still
out.
just stuck here. They wanna shake me out of this short.
Well, I guess what sucks is when they finally got out under there, they didn't really build too much. Hopefully they can reject this like they did earlier. Second attempt back, not enough buyers. Yeah, the offer is still reloading pretty nicely here.
Jose, I'm losing hope. I want to see this back inside the IB. And
Yeah,
Q
they
kind
gotta
of
stop
coming
them
back
here.
and retesting Friday's value area high and sitting at the IB high. It's giving me less and less hope by the second. We'll see.
They gotta stop them here.
I really hope they don't make me wait another 20 minutes.
James
Just for me to like
loves
get an extra couple points, and then I could have already covered.
lumber futures. Everyone's about to find out how Jim rolls.
You will wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for MOC. It's gonna just wick up to 76, stop me out, and then it's gonna melt.
You've got a question for your Delta map settings in ES.
Yeah, I screwed around with them when I was building this chart. Let me actually see what they are. Hope I don't
Still a
freeze
lot
the
of.
chart. Maybe jump to XY's chart for a second while I'm figuring this out. In case it freezes on me. It's like when I sometimes play with Delta Map, it does not like being on stream. Uh so I think I'm running most of the standard settings, to be honest. That's in the OFL Discord. So 1500 volume, sensitivity look back is 9. Extreme move sensitivity is the 3 standard deviation. And obviously I have Delta Flip enabled. Yeah, I do have a specific question about my settings for Delta Map.
I think he just wants your overall ES settings. I think
Yeah, I keep
a
it
lot of
pretty
OFL trades
basic
NQ. So
to the basics of the OFL one. I've tweaked it here and there, and then I still end up usually going back. On ES, I just tend to keep it what the data shows is probably the best way to put it. NQ, I've played around a lot more and adjusted from there. And switched back and forth to lower settings, more sensitive settings, but ES, I keep it pretty standard. It just trades more cleanly as it is.
well, I think I missed the opportunity for a long there to go up to those highs. It did.
I mean,
It,
it looked it
held it
looked
a
pretty
little high.
clean or pretty clean on that wick down inside on ES to
Yeah,
potentially get out on that, but I don't know. I'm gonna let this play out, I guess.
that's the thing about the game. We never know. Can literally do like 5 minutes of analysis and in the end just go, yeah, but I don't know.
You've summarized my trades more times than I care to admit. That's vibes trading, man. Just
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
but I
just
don't know though.
I feel it, but I don't really know, but I'm kind of feeling this.
Let's hope that was a failed attempt.
Yeah, so far I love that we're not able to get back to my entry, but
It's funny you said you hope they don't make you wait, but we're getting close.
we got 13 minutes
Getting close.
away from our favorite algo of the day. Speaking of which, anyone catch this long off the open? I was sitting here like before I had to run to the pediatrician's office and was kind of just watching pre-market, and I hate trading pre-market. It usually is just a great way to for me to start my day off potentially with a small red, and then I'm trying to scrape my way back to break even or hit a next profitable trade, and so I just usually stay away. But something about that was just screaming long. I had no idea it was going to move the way it did. When I left the pediatrician's office, I almost like laughed. I was like, I can't believe that we moved that fast and that much. But longed off
Like the low day is like
59.25,
the open.
caught 100, caught it with 100 lots, and then woke up. Yeah, that would have been one I probably still would have only caught for like 30 points and then just hate watched it continue to move.
30. Yeah, 30 would be my TP2 on it
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah, like that
Really.
first attempt to pull back inside the opening range, I'd been like, all right, good enough. I'm out. Yeah, I'm not great at holding those type of moves, especially to the long side. To the short side, it seems to happen faster, so I'm a little better at it. But longs, I just, for some reason, which makes no sense, will kind of shake myself out of it a little too quickly.
It's funny. I'm not great at holding any moves. Equally bad at all of
My
them.
my bigger trades just tend to be on the short side.
Well, they get it done faster, that's for sure.
That's probably why.
2022 was awesome. You're
Oh
in
yeah.
it, and your TPs are already being hit on the way. It was a good time. still hovering right under you.
I know. They're going to make me wait. I think it was a volume profiler who said they're going to make you wait, and I'm going to have to like it. So here
Everyone
we are.
get to short now for 10 minutes.
Just got to wait.
That's the game. Waiting and waiting. Especially if you're trading ES, that's for sure.
I said this last time on stream. I really hope we're not in an early summer vibe trading.
No.
It seems like it's hitting us just
I
a
mean, usually it
couple of
starts
weeks
in
too quickly.
June. May is usually kind of like that sell month where, things are still moving around and stuff. And
But we had a massive dip in the early part of or end of April, early May.
oh, profiler is Darty from OFL?
Oh, what's up, Darty?
Burner. He's got a burner.
Summer markets in the afternoon in ES. Leo, that's like your dream, right?
Leo only talks about maybe trading ES. He won't
Yeah,
do it.
he just likes to like put it out there, but
Yeah,
he's
it's
not
like
going to do
maybe
it.
I'll do it. Probably not though. But maybe.
It's
But
like I
probably
might,
not.
but no. But I did the one day I will once again bring this up. He did say he was going to trade ES on stream, and I think that's when the VIX immediately reversed and we started just slowly killing volatility.
And that's what happens when he finally trades ES.
Yeah, he did trade. I think he actually did take an ES trade on stream. And here we are. Coincidence? I don't know.
A period singles. Oh yeah. Got A period singles.
Yes, we do. And there, was that 100 points? Give or take?
Upset he didn't get 100 points from ES. Who gets 100 points from ES? You've got to have like so many lots on.
I think the most I ever got was like 40.
The most I ever got, I think, was 68. And it was only so this is when I was newer too. I was pre-market and the market opened and this flood of buy delta came in and I just market bought. Um, at the time, I'm like, I'm really him. Like I did this. I knew what I was doing. Um, and then, looking back, it's just like all I did was market buy literally open because I saw Delta fly in on the positive side. I'm like, if I try to do that now, I'd probably get destroyed.
That actually is not true because I market short right as the hot CPI print in October of 2022 came in and just market short with a single lot of ES before I knew this was a terrible idea, like really terrible idea. And I think I might have caught the 100 points on that, but just with a one lot.
Yeah, I had at the time that was when I was trading when I did the whole $1,800 into like 14 grand or whatever in a week. That was a part of it. So that really expedited the process. This was my first deposit into a broker to trade futures on the live book back in
Yeah,
like
that was on the live
2021.
book too, which would made it even more
Yeah,
potentially.
so I was like, wow, I can make so much money. I know what I'm doing. And then in a week, 14K became zero, like a week and a half.
Yep.
So that was my first ever account, 1,800 to like 14K, and then just blew it up.
I think I did 5 grand to 12 grand in like my first 2 days of trading futures and thought I was like amazing. And then suddenly that went to zero within like the next week.
Yeah, we all go through that. You get like that beginner's luck, and you're like, wow, I'm meant for this. I was made for this. My monetary gain ceiling is unlimited, and then you just blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
6 minutes to MOC.
I'm gonna cover some. Maybe if they can make a new swing here. I'm in short with you, by the way.
You went in short?
After
Oh,
that second attempt, yeah, they tried it again and slipped under again.
where'd you get in?
My average right now is 67 half.
Okay, not bad.
After they failed in the 70s for the second time. So we'll see. Best entry? No, but this has got to be the move. If they're going to do it, they got to do it now. It's going to be a higher low, and we're just going to sit here and cry. I would like to cover it prior to MOC, though. I don't usually open trades this close to it, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. They don't stop poking this high. I might scratch this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna scratch this out. 200 bucks loss or something. That's some pretty decent MFE on it, yeah.
Well, we got 4 minutes until MOC. What's everyone's thoughts? Are we going to close inside the initial bounce, or are we going to make a move higher and potentially go try to close above Friday's settlement?
Please give us likes or we won't close anywhere.
And we won't be able to
We
leave.
won't close anywhere outside of a 20-point range.
I have a feeling it's going to be a mixed perspective in the chat. Pretty split, which pretty much is the coin flip that I would kind of see the way this market is right now. MOC, market on close.
Down, down, down. Some say up, some say down. I think it looks like most people think lower. That's a tough one. I mean, they poked it lower and they can't get back to that
Yep.
swing.
I mean, if I was not already short, I would probably not want to be short right now.
Yeah, it's not looking promising. But who knows? I mean, the MOC don't really care about what the setup is. They're just trying
They're watching my levels, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
to. I didn't want to say it live on stream. I didn't want to burn it out like that. That's our hidden edge.
They're always watching my levels.
About 2.5 minutes.
Squeeze up and fade into Globex. I mean, that's kind of how it looked when we did the gap fill last night. And we just sold off right until the open, and then got real bad for anyone that was short from the overnight on.
There it is. For anyone who is not familiar with the MOC, Tracy just gave you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
So glad she's in the chat when we're on.
Good to have smarter people around us
Oh yeah.
giving good information.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about the Trade the Close crew, guys. We are not that smart.
We press
just
buttons,
happen,
guys. We're just half decent at pressing buttons sometimes.
yeah, we just happen to click buttons in a certain way that feels a certain way. We can sit here and be like, oh yeah, this, and then yeah, but I don't really know though.
We still have adults in the chat, so that's good. All right. 60 seconds to the MOC algo. Let's see if they are going to bless me with another opportunity to exit this short or stop me out. 2 points away. We're on my chart. So currently we are on a 1500 volume chart for ES. So that's how I have these candles built.
But yeah, they want it higher.
And I'm stopped out. Womp womp.
Yeah, that little sweep under and then
Just before MOC probably takes it to zero. So
Attention traders, it's algo time.
thanks, Kane.
The ghost of Cain.
Oof. Well, I did say it. If I wasn't already short, I did not want to be short into that.
Yeah, they swept it. They finally broke out that little range and then just fell back in and couldn't even get out of the range again. The same concept of them as them losing this high and not being able to trade it anymore. Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible that we see all-time highs NQ within the week?
Within the week?
Within the week?
I mean, in NQ terms, it's not that far away
It's
to hit
not.
like 22,500s.
I mean, the initial drop, wasn't it like 1,000 point day, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So it really would not be that out of the norm. Even this morning, I mean, we were
If they keep killing
400,
shorts, like
500 points.
absolutely slaughtering new shorts that enter the market, it's possible. I mean, we on the
You
daily
might
profile,
need something.
we do have that attempt in Globex. So there's a build.
Yeah.
And well,
I mean, I think it's probably, I mean, who knows?
that's
Because
the
like
that's the trick.
that's
Who
like a
knows?
normal week range in NQ. We could probably do it.
Sit here and do 15 minutes of analysis just to end up at, yeah, but who knows? That's our
Looking
specialty.
like a true trader, not a random furu on X who always knows. Who
Oh,
speaks
yeah,
absolute.
they know. 2 weeks later, who gave you this level? Premium level, not just any level.
Yep. Sir, you gave us both levels.
Or they'll just post a blank chart and be like, "What do you see?" And it's just like 3 candles.
Yep. It's my favorites. But yeah, roughly 1,000 points away. I mean, we could do it. It would probably take some aspect of event volatility or news driven, tweet
Right.
driven something to kind of give us that oomph that we might need heading into a holiday week and heading into probably a lot of bigger institutional players about ready to head to the Hamptons. But it's very
That's
possible. If not, we could slow grind and do it in June. I could see that very possibly too.
hey, production crew. What happens uh to the stream on Mondays when it's a holiday? Do you just do like reruns?
It's just it's gonna be just 2 hours of Stowe baking bread or something. That's what we should. That's probably what we should.
Oh.
It's Leo and I prepping and showing you how to smoke the perfect brisket on Monday for Memorial Day. Tune in. Just a
But yeah,
live
North.
picture
That's my favorite.
of a brisket in my Yeti, like a live cam of my brisket just resting in my Yeti for 2 hours.
North said, I made 10K today. No, you made 500 across 20. I see that all the time. It's like, oh, I'm averaging like 30K days, and it's like 50 accounts with like 300 bucks or something.
Yeah, I love that.
Just be dark on Monday, so no streams. Maybe the better idea.
Are you
Maybe.
guys saying that's not a winning stream idea? We're not gonna do any of those on Monday? Okay, fair enough. You guys are the smarter ones in the room. I'll let you have that. I mean, I'm not saying people wouldn't watch it, but maybe they would.
Yeah, the data is going to show super positive for Memorial Day sourdough bread making.
Like I mean, are futures open on Monday till noon, like they usually are on holidays?
Oh, that's a Tracy question.
I didn't check the CME schedule.
Yeah, I never bother on holidays
I
to
usually just stay
look.
away.
Yeah,
I tried
it's
to
a day off.
trade Thanksgiving, not Thanksgiving Day, but like that week sometimes, and it's just like this is pointless.
Oh yeah.
We are going to close right around settlement from Friday, so basically flat on ES and NQ.
Hey guys.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, it's Jim.
I
Jim.
think Memorial Day, I think Memorial Day might be one of those half a days, but we'll double check it and tell everybody tomorrow.
Yeah, I couldn't remember from last year. You'd think after doing this for a couple of years, I would know some of these holidays, but I actually had no idea it was Memorial Day until I was getting off the stream last night. And I was thinking next Sunday, and then I remembered, oh wait, the market's going to be closed on Monday.
You could, yeah. You know what? Florida Man has a pretty decent idea. You can do a 2-hour Stowe concert.
Stowe comes on and just sings
Yeah,
Milkshake.
you just taking requests, for likes, for enough likes, you can take some requests.
He'll have to do Freebird at least once.
Or just 2 hours of him covering Creed.
Of their entire discography.
Good.
Our lovely YouTube chat admins, once again, giving you the final reminder here on today's stream to register for the Arena Challenge. It's pasted right there. It's actually pinned to the top of the chat too. So if you have not already, there's 530 people in here. I hope at least half of you have registered for tomorrow's challenge. You can take on the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Cagnina himself.
I'm going to give you guys a tip because tomorrow's Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to edgeful.com and I said, in the gold market, and by the way, you could only trade the S&P, the Nasdaq, gold, crude, and the Bitcoin in the challenge tomorrow.
Okay.
You're limited to those five. And so I went to Edgeful. I looked at gold for a Tuesday. 76% of the time, a green Tuesday for gold.
Interesting.
It's the only tip I'm going to give anybody who's in the challenge right there.
So what he's telling you is Jim's going net long in gold at the Globex Open tonight.
No. That's the other thing. You can't start trading until 9:30 East Coast time. It's
Okay. So it's just
RTH hours.
RTH.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, that would ruin my evening because I'd be up like all night, like figured out what do I got to do.
He's just hyper scalping gold all night.
That's right. Reverse. Oh my God. Any event. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, folks. So yeah, just pop in there. We have over 200. I don't know what the last count is. I haven't looked yet, but it's well over 200 people that are going to be in the challenge. And really, this is only open to NinjaTrader Live people. A couple other folks not involved with NinjaTrader Live might like sneak in, but this is not something we're publishing to the World Wide Web because this is our own special little fun challenge.
It's fun until
There are,
Jim's wiping the floor with you.
yeah, there are restrictions on sizes. So look at this volume profiler. It's like, all right, how many contracts? I'm YOLO in this contest. It's a $25,000 sim account, and for the classic size contracts, there's a 5 contract max. For the micros, it's a 50 contract max, with the exception of Bitcoin. I think that one, I got to double check, is 25 contract max, as I recall, on the micro Bitcoin. But yeah, there's definitely limits, and I think that's a good thing, right? Because you're only going to have so much, you really only have so much leverage in reality anyway. And to make these contests a little bit more reasonable or realistic, then they should match what you're going to do in the real world. So that's kind of that's the layout right now. So sign up, it's free, it's easy.
And you get the
Anyway.
bragging rights if you beat Leo.
All right. Well, great job, you guys, today.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks,
I am
Jim.
going to show one quick chart before we finish, which is, not going to be a mystery to anybody, but I'm going to show it anyway.
You're gonna show the gold chart.
No,
Okay.
I just, the other thing I'm going to do, here's my other tip, by the way. I'm going to go to Mentor Q and I'm going to look at where the bias is with respect to the options where they sit. Now, remember, we had options expiration last Friday. The day after options expiration, you also have these areas of interest that are related to the gamma levels and the high vol levels that oftentimes pan out. So there's the bell. We're closing, by the way. We closed, by the way, right at the 0 DTE. That's that purple line up there. That 0 DTE call wall and call resistance. So again, and they act like magnets sometimes, especially right after OPEX. Jax 1 also 59.75, right by R1, right by all these areas of interest. We ended up there. We ended up trading in that range, really pretty much the point of control to the top ever since 1 o'clock, really 12:30 to 1 o'clock candle. That's where the sweet spot is. That's where the volume profile. I should have drawn one right there. So thinking about this tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at these lines. Tonight they'll be painted on your chart. You can start thinking about it and think about the potential, and then the ones that might act like a magnet. So I'm looking forward to it tomorrow, man. I'm pumped up. In any event, that's it. I think we're good for today, folks. Appreciate everybody being here with us. Appreciate the chat. Love you guys. OrderFlow Labs, you guys are rocking it as usual. Appreciate you guys. Who's on tomorrow? Is Stowe will be back tomorrow
Me and Stowe.
Yeah.
So
in XYZ.
swapped today with Wednesday with Leo.
All right. That's cool. Super, super cool. All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks again. We're going to do this again tomorrow, 8 o'clock East Coast time, NinjaTrader Live, Deli, Shy, myself, OrderFlow Labs, and we have some special guests as well you do not want to miss. I don't have that list in front of me, so I can't tell you who they are, but they're going to be spectacular for sure. Having said all that, most important message of the day, please, everybody, be safe out there, be good to each other. Talk to you tomorrow.